filming. Awesome. Alrighty, folks. Living a bit dangerously today. It's already gone 5 o'clock. I've got just enough light left. The sun is going down to film. So we didn't do a great deal today because it was raining this morning, and you know what? Screw it. I felt like sleeping, so I had to sleep in. Got all our bolts in that we were talking about last video. So roof's on properly, actually anchored at the top. Flashing's all in, stuff just remains to be painted. What we spent most of our day/afternoon on was the door. I'm actually a bit stoked because, just from the outside, end with a door. I have never done this before, but I managed to create and hang this door all in one shot with no mistakes, no pulling it back down and swearing and yelling, and no adjustments. It just went in. So I'm like, yeah, quite stoked with myself. So as we mentioned yesterday, obviously where our plant is here and stuff, the original idea of having a hatch that came out from here and opened up was not going to fucking happen without drastically pruning the plant. And I don't want to drastically prune the plant. I want to be friends with the plants. So we put a door in, thusly. I'll pop it open here, check out the fit. Oh, tasty. Just sort of nice. No squeak, no nothing, just fits. Ah, yeah. So anyway, stop geeking out and being a bit creepy with the door. What we did, we jump on the inside here. I'll check out how my walls are made of plastic so I can still see inside with no lights. So I built a vertical in there, as you can see, to mount the door on. Then we put the last bit of planking in at the top, so it's just an ordinary bit of planking. Then we had a lot of fun. Swearing ensued and stuff because it was just a long process, and I was very aware I was going to have to hang a door at the end of it, and I was quite convinced that like every time when you normally hang a door it was going to suck and be this big long process, and I was losing light and I was so very worried, but it all went okay. So what I did, it's pretty self-explanatory I suppose there. What I did was I put that black panel in first, then I used that as a template to cut the angle on the next one down and the next one down and the next one down, and then you get the idea. And each panel that I put in became the template to sort of cut the angle for the next one below it. And then I'd just cut a panel and I'd come back over here with my first two panels and I'd match them up, set them and make sure they fitted okay. Okay, cool. Then we take the second panel and we make the third using that. Then we come over with 3 panels, set them up and did the thing. And then when we did it with 4 and then with 5 and then with 6 and then with 7 and then with 8, all the way down. It was a long and tedious process. Got them all fitted. Then took them back over to my flat, complete messy worky area over there. Laid them all flat, used the straight edge to sort of flush them all off on one side, that side I'm pointing at actually. And then I got some scrap wood on the back and went about the process of building this wee frame to fit, all the while worrying terribly about whether it would fit the door frame or not. I literally guesstimated the gaps for the bottom, the top, the back of the hinges, and here, and I fucking nailed it within like a mil, which is why when you push it hard you hear a kind of bunk and a thing. There's the flashing here actually is just flexing very slightly with that bit, so I could sand it off, but I actually quite like it. It's kind of clips in place, so I'm going to leave that. I'm real stoked how well this fits, eh? Can you tell? So yeah, anyway, built this frame and then I attached it to the back of the boards, at which point I had this big triangle thing, fitted it over here, took it over, fitted it to make sure it fit okay, and was like, okay, that should hopefully be alright for the boards. Then took the entire unit and got my line, which I'd lined up and cut straight down there, and attached all of these boards to the actual subframe, and then brought the door over as a separate unit and then lined it all up. Oh, look, the bottom doesn't quite line up. Oh, my scaling, look where that got me. That's because at the top we've actually got a bit of a gap. It's about exactly that amount at the top to give us a bit of room at the top. It's the only place where there isn't flashing at the moment. There's flashing behind the hinge gap. There's heaps of flashing behind the front here. It overlaps the bottom by about the thickness of the ply sheet, and doesn't overlap at the top. So at the top, when we do the internal insulation or something like that, we'll have a lip on the inside that seals that all up, so it'll be sweet. But anyway, yeah, I think that pretty much explains how I did that. So it remains to be add handles, locks, all that kind of shit. For tonight we'll probably just lean something up against the door in case it gets windy to make sure it's done. But yeah, real stoked, got my door on. And yeah, I basically said to myself I wasn't going to drink at all. Well, I had to think about my drinking and how much of it I was doing until I'd gotten my house to the point of weather tightness, which I've now done. So I'm allowed to drink. Not sure if I actually will, but yeah, that's my thing for the day. Not a great deal of work done, but it was quite technical work. Oh, and the other thing obviously over here, I keep pointing at it and not saying what's going on. I'm just sort of spending the last bit of daylight I've got hacking up some bits of scrap. Well, actually everything I'm building out of largely is somebody else's scrap, but bits of my scrap wood to make a little front deck porch thing here that actually attaches to the boxing for the terrace that I built ages ago. So I'm kind of integrating with the terrace that the unit's on. In terms of colours, actually, you can see the way the house is done here and stuff. We haven't finished painting the front of the house yet, but I'm thinking I will probably, because I've already got that almost that right coloured red for my ridge cap, I'm going to go with my standard black exterior paint. But I think I will use a bit of the paint we've been using for red trim on the house to do my ridge cap, my rear wall where it faces the house, and possibly parts of my front wall here. Just so that the A-frame thing up the front, it doesn't match obviously the style of architecture, but so that the A-frame up the front actually matches the house quite neatly, because this one's designed, it could be portable. At the way it is now, you can actually still pick it up. Me and 2 guys could pick this up and put it on a trailer, or me and 1 other dude, so 2 dudes can do it, pick it up, put it on a trailer. But this one's actually designed to stay put. That's why I'm integrating it with the terrace and things like that, and eventually I'll do the bottom terrace and the top terrace and finish out this whole front yard. It's one of the things I do to live here for free, is do yard work for them and help them build things and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, this one's going to stay put as a unit. I think it's freaking cool though, so if I move at some point in the next few years or whatever, I'll just build another one like it. I think I fucking like this thing. I mean, I haven't even really spent a night inside of it yet, and I probably won't until it's insulated, but because it is winter. But yeah, pretty stoked. Anyway, that's enough for today. I may or may not actually carry on building over the next few days. I've got to wait for some money to come into my account to buy some more materials, like insulation panels and stuff for the interior. There is some painting and a little bit of minor work out front to do and stuff, but I'll possibly at least take a break off these videos for the next few days. I'll have to go and do a business trip to Wellington to do my real job and do some art for some people. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably get back to doing these videos next week. Anyway, for me, this is actually a reasonably short video. I'll shut the fuck up now and leave you guys to it. I hope you like what you've seen so far.